So this may seem like an odd question, but how exactly does the guitar work? How is it different from other instruments like maybe a piano? Well, on a piano you depress keys and then a pitch comes out, a note, okay? Guitar is just slightly different in that we are what we call stopping a string in different areas. So here's my E string. It's my first string, as you know. And you can see that this little piece right here is called the nut on the guitar. That's where it stopped here, and then it stopped over here, over on the bridge, okay? And the string is that long, and that's what makes it vibrate at that certain note, E. These are called frets. Now the metal bars here are technically the frets, but really they're dividing the frets. They're more like fret dividers. The fret is the space on the neck in between the metal bars. So what I'm going to do is take a finger and I'm just going to pick a fret. I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th fret here. And we're going to talk about the right way to do this, but I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to push the string down all the way to the wood beneath. And now I'm going to pluck the same string. Here it is without it. Here it is with it. So you can see the pitch got quite a bit higher. Why? Because I have shortened the string. By stopping the string here, the string is now only from here to here in length. So it vibrates faster. And that's how the guitar works. Because of this phenomenon, the way we utilize the strings, another interesting thing about the guitar is that you can play the same exact note in different areas of the guitar. I can play that E here, I can play it here, I can play it here, I can play it here, and so forth. The piano can't do that. It can play different octaves, right? Like a higher or a lower version of E, but it can't play the same exact E each time. Now these E's sound a little different. That's a difference in what we call timbre. One played up here is a little more mellow than this bright open string, but the pitch is the same. So that's interesting. There are different ways to play the same notes on the guitar. So that's how the guitar works. Now let's talk about how to play the fret the correct way. So when you are using a finger, and we'll go over our fingers in the next lesson, just use one of your fingers, like your pointer finger here, and pick a fret like the 5th fret on the 1st string. And what I want you to do is put your finger in between the 2 metal bars on the 5th fret and push it down all the way, all the way. You can probably see, I don't know if it's going to come through on the camera. Yeah, you can almost see it a little bit of a string mark. There it is, a little string mark right on the tip of my finger if you do it the right way. Okay, so that's what you want. You want to push it down kind of on the tip of the finger. Not like the fingernail, but generally the tip. And then pluck your string. You might just try a few different places and just kind of mess around a little bit and see how it works. The fret gives you a little bit of leeway, meaning I'm going to push it here, but because there's a metal bar right here that's actually stopping the string right here, it doesn't really change the pitch, whether I move a little bit higher or lower, as long as I'm in the fret. That said, we typically want to be in the middle to the sound hole side of the fret because that's going to sound good, okay? If I play it right here, kind of on this side, it's a very nice sound. If I back up towards the tuners, towards the nut back there, it's a very buzzy sound. It doesn't come out very well. So you want to aim for that middle forward side of the fret to make it sound right, okay? So that's how the guitar changes notes, changes pitches. One more thing to go over here, and that is the difference between playing a note and a chord. Those are the 2 primary ways we'll be playing the guitar. A note is simply one note, anywhere on the guitar. Okay? A chord is going to be many notes at the same time. Technically, there has to be 3 distinct pitches for it to be considered a chord, but for all practical purposes, we're just going to think pitch, there's one note, a single pitch, and then a chord is made up of many notes, such as this. And we strum all of them, and note how I'm using my fingers on multiple frets at once on different strings. So in our next lesson, we'll go over how to use our fingers. But that is generally how the guitar works.